Ford and now General Motors have both announced that they will use the NACS plug from Tesla, and that plug is many people regard in America as the much better standard to CS1, and many people here in Europe using CS2 thinking it could be the new worldwide standard plug. But the fanboys in Tesla are yet again missing something vital that's missing from the NACS plug. We're going to be talking about why it won't make a worldwide standard, why it probably isn't great for being an American standard, and one of the actual hidden benefits from manufacturers going towards this NACS plug. Now, I have an idea of what could be a better worldwide standard, better than NACS, better than any other standard at the moment, but we're going to be discussing that later on in this video. First, we need to understand what's wrong with the NACS Tesla plug and why it won't work in the rest of the world. Now, first we need to look at why the NACS Tesla plug actually exists. Well, if you look at America, and you look at where electric cars started, there wasn't really any DC charging very on in the early days. They had J1772, which was an AC charging plug that was on all early electric cars, and then if you wanted a rapid charging car, you had CHAdeMO. So in America, they still use CHAdeMO. They still use the J1772E plug, which in the Europe we'll know it as Type 1, and then they have the NACS plug. Then they invented rapid charging for the J1772 plug to have CCS1. That's the Type 1 plug at the top and then CCS pins at the bottom. In Europe, we use a Type 2 plug with CCS pins at the bottom. It's a very similar plug idea and concept. That's why they're both called CCS. One for Type 1 and 2 for Type 2 over here in Europe. Now, Tesla wanted to be one of the first cars to do rapid supercharging. The CCS standard didn't exist, and they wanted to roll out AC charging and also rapid charging. They did this by making their own NCS plug, and that plug is the plug that you still see today, where they use it for not only superchargers but also for AC. The thing is though, for the rest of Europe, Tesla decided to go with using the Type 2 plug straight away from launch over here. They didn't use their own plug, they used our Type 2 plug. And why is that? Well, our Type 2 plug was a lot bulkier than the Type 1 plug over in the United States, and therefore it could carry a bit of DC current through its existing AC pins. It was a modified Type 2 circuit, and then when they wanted to go faster speeds and they wanted Tesla wanted access to other European network chargers, because yes, there is a lot of superchargers here, but other networks outnumber Tesla here. It's a different word if you add the word working at the start, but there is a lot of non-Tesla network chargers here, so they decided to add CCS over here. That's CCS Type 2. So Tesla Model 3s and all the other cars now come with CCS built in to the actual charging port. So the question is, why haven't Tesla brought the NACS plug over here? Well, the NACS plug is missing something very important. It's actually down to power. Now, over here in the UK, we use 240 volts. The rest of Europe are within minus 10% and plus 5% of that power mark. And that is the European voltage standard. The whole of Europe uses the same voltage throughout. It's all 50 hertz throughout of Europe, and we power share across the whole network. Over in the States, you're a little bit more complicated. Each power network has its own rules and systems, but you are having a standard voltage. Your standard voltage there is 120 volts. In some parts of America, you have multi-phase electric. However, three-phase electric, as we'll get to in a minute, is fairly rare. In Europe, three-phase electric is fairly common, especially in a lot of Norwegian and Scandinavian countries where EVs are very popular, and also here in the UK, new builds now are fitted with three-phase as standard if the developer specs it. But also, three-phase power is in a lot of commercial properties, commercial car parks. But what's the difference between three-phase and single-phase? Well, quite simply, you've got more voltage, more power available to you, and that means that you can charge an EV faster. Now, over here in Europe, our standard home charges, single-phase, are 7 kilowatts, and that's on a 32 amp breaker. In the States, you have a larger breaker and therefore like slightly higher kilowatts on a single phase, but you're using a much higher breaker than us, and that is also using your dual phase split phase system. Ours is 7 kilowatts off one single 32 amp breaker, but when we move that into three phase territory in commercial and sort of Norwegian countries where the three phase is abundant, we can get that 7 kilowatts to 20 2 kilowatts of power, free phase. And this is why NACS, the NACS plug, Tesla plug, won't work over here, because Type 2 has free phase built into it. There's enough pins in the in that CCS2 and Type 2 connection for free phase delivery. Now we can already see why free phase is a very important thing for Europe. It's all about balancing our grid, our network, between each phase, so we're not overloading one single phase with a large burst of power. Now what we can do over here is deliver more power with Type 2. The NACS plug just does not have enough pins for free phase. You need a line 1, a line 2 and a line 3, and quite often you also need a neutral in that free phase connection, which the Type 2 plug has in abundance. It's got enough pins there. The NACS plug, the NACS plug, doesn't have it, so it won't work in Europe. It does beg the question though, why isn't free phase very popular in the States? It's a very interesting topic. Well, I've actually researched this a little bit, and it does seem that with trucks coming, that free phase is getting more popular in industrial settings in America to charge their electric fleet trucks. So could we see a new standard in America on top of the ones you've already got? That's CHAdeMO's J172, CCS1 and the NACS standard. Are we going to see another standard in America to accommodate free phase for electric trucks? Or could it go DC? I want to know down below in the comments. Now in a minute I'm going to mention one of the benefits that's going to come from the NACS plug in America, going to obviously Ford, now going to General Motors, and I reckon there's going to be a few more dominoes that are going to fall down the NACS route over in America. The big question is, why do I think AC power free phase is more important in Europe and possibly in America in the future over a DC charger? Well, it's cheaper to deploy an AC charger at scale in your business than lots of DC chargers that have a lot of expensive infrastructure in the actual charger. If you've got a vehicle with a portable charger on it, AC, that can do 22, you don't have to fit several non-portable DC chargers in your fleet. So if you've got 19 electric trucks and 19 DC chargers across maybe 100 locations could get very, very expensive. Where if you only have the AC 22 installed, they're very, very cheap and easy to deploy. So what about that benefit from NCS? Well, quite simply put, if everyone starts using the Tesla connection, they're all going to have the plug on the back left-hand side of the car or the front right-hand side of the car, which means cars will park in bays properly. You can design bays based on the fact that they're all going to have the plug in the same place, and this actually, I think, will roll over to the UK. Now, before I mentioned that I think I have the standard solution for all plugs across the world, well, you could do a modification of the current Type 2 socket. CCS 1 and 2 are a nightmare because they're big, they're bulky. The NCS plug is nice and neat, it's easy to pick up and easy to plug in. What we could do is a Type 2 plug, do what Tesla did in the early days and modify those pins to take higher DC rate. Now whether that is a temporary solution where we bulk up the pins in the car and we have almost like a jigsaw puzzle that won't let the old plugs fit in the new plugs, we could do something around that. I want to know what you think the possible solution to plug design is, because at the moment in Europe, under legislation, we are stuck with Type 2. The other thing we're not stuck with in the UK is right-hand drive model X's and S's. So check out this video here, which I did about that very issue and why I think they will sell right-hand drive S and X's in the UK, Australia and the rest of the world.